Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Scorpio might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for mid-September 2020, keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless. So whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. Also, if it doesn't completely resonate, just keep the parts that do, disregard the rest. And if you know your other planetary placements, you can listen to those signs as well for additional messages. Okay, so let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, and Jupiter, and ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Scorpio for mid-September 2020. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Scorpio for mid-September 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Scorpio for mid-September 2020? Okay. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Scorpio for mid-September 2020? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and divide these into 3 stacks. And the card on the bottom of the deck, you'll see as soon as I do, is the 4 of Swords. Okay, you guys see it was in reverse. I don't read reversals. That's kind of more of a modern thing that's maybe been going on the last few decades or so. It's not, you know, how it was done traditionally. So I prefer to stick to the traditional ways of reading. Okay, so the 4 of Swords is about taking time after you might have been through some type of trauma or chaos or really hard time in your life. It's about taking time to think things over about what you've been through, how it's affecting you, how you can grow from it, and how you can move on from it, okay? So that's our overall influence for this reading. I'm going to go ahead and lay out these cards. And for those of you who are new here, I do 4 rows, and the first row pertains to you, what you might have recently been going through in the recent past, what's currently going on in your life right now, and what's coming towards you. The second row is the same thing, only it's for your twin flame, soulmate, karmic partner, divine counterpart. This could be an ex that you still feel really, really drawn to and want to reconcile with, or it might be somebody you just met. However, regardless of your relationship status, it's the person that's on your mind the most, the one you're thinking about when you wake up in the morning, and that last person you're thinking about when you go to sleep at night. The third row has to do with our obstacles and challenges, things that are blocking us, generally our fears and anxieties. Sometimes our fears keep us from taking chances and moving forward and that growth. Sometimes we get really comfortable where we're at, even if it's not the best place for you. All right, and that last column is the probable outcome. Now, I've just laid out 2 cards in each of the 4 rows, and I'm going to do this 2 more times, and that's 24 cards for a grand total. And by the time we get to the end of the reading, we have a pretty good idea about what's going on. Now, for you and your column, we have the 5 of Swords as well as that 10 of Pentacles, and you may have been in a situation where you thought this person was the one that you were going to spend forever with, and things are maybe falling apart and deteriorating a little bit. You're starting to feel maybe a little defensive. You're starting to feel as if you're being attacked. This is the kind of person that when you're talking to them and they don't have a valid argument, this is the kind of person that will tend to resort to name calling, which has absolutely nothing to do with whatever it is you guys are trying to come to terms with or find a balance that suits the both of you. This is, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I can't control when people will call me. Normally, I will turn my ringer off or down when I do that, but I forgot. And if you guys notice, I'm in a different place. I have been traveling, which is why there's like a break from Aries through Libra, and now I'm completing. I'm completing these readings, and I sincerely apologize for that. I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana, and had to not only travel for work, but I had to come here and secure my little condo. So anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the subject of your reading. So with your partner, your twin flame, your soulmate, whoever the person is that is in your life, we have the Fool as well as the World. And this is a person that, even though this is the person that you were feeling was like everything in the world to you. This is the person that you saw your future with, your happily ever after, but there's a lot of drama and chaos that is going on, a lot of petty arguing. This is even a little more than petty arguing. This can be something that's kind of toxic, but this person is making you feel like you really, really want to move on. You want this fresh start. You want to eliminate this from your life and start over. And you feel like when you do, then, all kinds of new things are going to open up to you, because as long as you're staying with this person and they are constantly bringing you down, it's not a very good feeling, and it's not conducive for growth or personal growth or healing. All right, so in your obstacles and challenges, you have this Five of Wands as well as the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is telling you that it's time for you to dig deep within yourself and work on just the very basic fundamentals of your own personal growth and your own spirituality and where it is that you are going. Now, you're going to meet a lot of obstacles with this, because there are people who like you exactly where you are so that they can control or manipulate you or have access to you. They may... Okay, so Scorpio, you can be a very strong person. You can be a very cold person, but at the same time, you're still a very emotional person. No matter how much you might decide that you can hide that from others, okay? You feel very, very deeply, okay? And so this person is somebody that is making you feel like, you're almost dependent on them, which is like a completely foreign concept for you, okay? But when you are feeling like that, it's creating self-doubts within yourself, and you are trying to fight that and move on from it. Now, in your outcome, you have the Queen of Swords as well as this Two of Pentacles. So the Queen of Swords is giving you that energy of self-preservation and self-protection. It's like, I want to be close to you, but I'm not going to tolerate or put up with all of the things that you create in my life, all this drama, all this toxicity. If they can't, this is where you draw that line in the sand, and you pretty much cut them off, and they're going to in no short order, they are going to tell you. This is more of that manipulation. They're going to try to make you feel guilty. They're going to tell you that you are uncaring about their feelings. They're going to tell you that you're self-involved, that your ego is too big. They're going to tell you that they're going to tell you these things in order to continue to control you. Now, this card we had at the beginning, that's your overall energy. This is, telling you that it might be time to, if not end this relationship, but to take that break and think things over and find out if it is something that you really do want in your life, or if you do want that brand new start and creating your own new life without this person. All right, now we're going to go on to the second column, and for you we have the Knight of Swords as well as the Three of Wands. Okay, your partner has the Ten of Cups as well as the Tower, and your obstacles and challenges, you have Temperance as well as the Two of Wands, and in your outcome you have the Sun as well as the Lovers. So things do look like, you know, they might shake up a little bit, but you're going to come out better for it in the long run. So you have this energy of like you're wanting things to go ahead and move forward. You either want to get past this or you want to start completely over. You've been working on yourself and discovering what it is that you really, really, truly want out of life, and you are sick and tired of waiting around for this person to meet up with your expectations of what you thought this relationship would be. You know, when you are with somebody and they aren't growing with you, you can actually outgrow them, even if this person is your twin flame. Okay, we don't always evolve or grow on the same level, and this is one of the reasons that twin flames can come together for a while and then they separate and go their own way, kind of like a river. And it might, you know, break off in other little branches and stuff and then come back together at different parts. These relationships tend to flow like that. So if this is a period of time where you have waited and waited and waited for this person to evolve and change with you and they're not doing it, this is definitely the time that you're going to find the courage that you can jump out of this relationship and move on. Now with your partner, again, you had this feeling before that this was your happily ever after and this was everything you wanted, and you're still feeling that way. And you know, even if you leave somebody, it doesn't mean that you don't love them anymore. It doesn't mean that you don't want to strive to be with them again. But with the Tower card, things are falling apart, and they're falling apart very rapidly and destructively. So if you stay there during the time that this is happening, you can do irreparable damage. Sometimes it's best to separate for a while so that you can come back together and, you know, rebuild the relationship the way that it should be, which would be beneficial to both of you guys, so that you can have that future together. You know, sometimes it does break irreparably and you do completely have to move on. Now, when we get to your obstacles and challenges, we have Temperance as well as the Two of Cups. There's both examples of twos in this. In both cards, you have the two cups that the angel is holding. And this talks about that balance that you seek, but you're not finding in this relationship with your partner. So you are seeking to find balance and reciprocity and this equal give and take. And you keep looking for it and searching for it and hoping for it and imagining this future that you can have with this person. So don't give up on your law of attraction. Just keep manifesting. You can manifest this. Keep, you know, putting that out there into the universe about what it is you want. However, sometimes we can mistakenly be with the wrong person. You can think that someone is your twin flame, and you know, after you go through some of these separations, you can recognize that they weren't actually the twin flame that you thought they were. This is like a little phenomenon, and some people say there are no false twins, and some people say there are. I'm kind of in the middle about it, but I know that sometimes we can be so eager that we'll put those attributes onto the person we're with in order that we might you know, have that in our life, okay? Because, you know, who doesn't want to be with their twin flame? And even though there's chaos and trauma in these relationships, eventually you come together to create that divine counterpart with each other. Now, in your outcome, probable outcome, you have Lovers as well as the Sun. So this does tell me that if you do leave this relationship, if you decide to grab this energy while it's present and move on, you are going to find love, and you are going to have these new beginnings and period of growth in your life. Now, the passion that you feel with the person you're with is so strong that sometimes maybe you can't even imagine being with someone else. But believe me, there are others. that can feel that need. And if this new person, if that person you're with is your twin flame, this might be a period of time that you spend healing with your soulmate or one of your soulmates. All right, now in your final column, we have the 8 of Cups as well as the 3 of Pentacles. Your partner has the Ace of Cups as well as the Ace of Swords. In your obstacles and challenges, you have the 8 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And in your outcome, you have the 9 of Pentacles and the Star. Okay, that's awesome. I always love how the Star always tends to show up after the Tower. You know, it's the next card in succession after the Tower. Okay, so this talks about even though things fall apart, you're going to have this new beginning. You are going to be able to find this new love in your life that gives you the calm and the peace and the serenity and the growth and joy that you seek in your life. So when you are presented with the 8 of Cups, this tells me that you definitely do see that you need to move on from this, even if it's temporary, but you know that there's better out there, and you know you're beginning to realize that this relationship was not what you wanted, regardless of how hard you put on, all the effort that you put into it. The 3 of Pentacles talks about, you know, your artistic efforts, being amused to someone, being placed on that pedestal, people admiring you. And when you move on and you create that self-love and that self-respect again, you are going to attract the attention of people who see you as worthy. And in your partner's column, you have that Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups. Now, this is when you need to grasp that power and be able to create this love in your life that you seek so much. And you can only do that by eliminating the things in your life, by taking out the trash, by removing the obstacles. You have a placeholder here with this relationship, and it's blocking your blessings and keeping you from moving forward and enjoying that aspect in your life. Okay, now in your obstacles and challenges, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is 3 aces in a row, guys. This is so wonderful. And you're going to find that once you do make that move, once you do decide that, you can't stand there and be resentful of the way you've been treated, okay? When you have this self-respect and the self-love that comes about, you're going to have this brand new energy move into your life and, you know, allow you to become this 9 of Pentacles. She's very, very much like the Empress. She is kind of like an Empress in training. This is you, you know, planting those seeds of all of the things that you want in your life and focusing on love and lighter things. Okay, look for maybe an air sign to enter your life at this point. And you have the Star, which is so perfect and so beautiful to end this relationship, to end this reading on, that it does allow you to be able to baptize yourself in a way, to wash away all this hurt from your past, to take that time that you needed and heal so that you can move on and have this new growth in your life and prepare yourself for this new love that is just about to be entering your life as we come into the autumn season. Okay, Scorpio, so that is your reading for mid-September 2020. I love you guys, and I thank you so much for all of your comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. I really appreciate all your comments. I respond to every single one and every single email that you guys send me, and I appreciate your support so, so much. And if you guys will be patient with me, I am going to get back on track here. My job has just been crazy, and these hurricanes down in the Gulf have been like one after the other. So anyway, I love you, and I will see you in a couple of days for your weekly follow-up. All right, guys, I love you. Bye-bye.